Aries, there's this energy of calmness, serenity, stillness that's really asking you to slow down a little bit and check in with yourself first to make sure that you find your voice and your power, because a lot of things are going to be shifting, I think, sooner than later. So get ready. Welcome to your Leo Season Tarotscope. Okay, Aries, channeled messages that were coming through. The first thing that came through, this beautiful baby just looking up, smiling, so happy. These like beautiful, like light blue eyes and just looking up at you. So if some of you are thinking about children, wanting to have children, this is definitely a sign in that regard. But of course, not all of you. Might even just be working with children, listening to what children are saying if you have nieces or nephews. And of course, our inner child purely looking up at us and knowing what we need to do to attend to that child or children in our life. And of course, children have that such pure energy when they first enter this universe. And everyone, you can tell what they're thinking by their eyes, but I think especially children, whether they're mischievous or joyful or sad, you can really see that all in the eyes. So even if that's just something that you want to pay attention to in terms of a close friend, lover, family member, looking at their eyes and seeing what's coming through, that maybe there could be even just healing with their own inner child. And of course, we're always attracting energies at all times, so pay attention to that. And then there's also this beautiful energy of just a figure being so still on a paddleboard and looking at this beautiful like pink and orange sunset. And so I think, again, this energy of stillness and taking time for yourself. And again, water can relate to our emotions and just really being calm. Even if some of you enjoy paddleboarding and just working on your core and your balance, that's a nice time to that. I traveled to Thailand a long time ago, but there was the same type of energy there, this beautiful spiritual energy with the beauty that was tied into there. And then also this football player came out, like broke through the little paper and was just like trying to scream and be like happy that the game was about to begin, but there was no voice. Like at first there was something, and then he was like, why am I not able to scream and be happy and empowered? So be careful of your voice. Either it's just like literally feeling like you have a raspy throat or not being able to speak as clearly, or just standing in your power. And injuries as well, Aries. This football player had like a lot of bandages and like especially the knee. So be careful of knee injuries or just pushing yourself too hard on an injury. That's not the time for this. Again, slowing down is definitely going to be beneficial in this case. And that's even a little bit with the cards as well. I think some of you might be deciding a few things with that Two of Wands and the Five of Swords. You're like, am I going to keep doing the same thing over and over and over again? And kind of like having these same arguments as people where it's like, it's not balanced. These energies are not aligned right now. And so with everything that's going on, I want you to ask yourself in your relationships, is this serving me or not? Are my opportunities aligned or not? Am I really able to step into this situation fully empowered or not? And even that Justice card too, with this Five of Swords, if there's a Libra that you're fighting with or there's contentious energy around, I really want you to see if that's worth pursuing specifically in this example, or if you're meant to expand and let go of that energy that's just simply not serving you. Also, I just remembered as well in the channeled messengers, this like beautiful ginger kitty, like little, like just born kitty, like rubbing its tail on your ankle. So if you want to connect, and I mean, very fitting for Leo season, but that energy of newness or birthing with the baby and then this kitten, I think there will be a lot of new energy coming in when you take time to be still and focus on your spiritual health, on your physical health, to really bring in this new energy, okay? So I think that is also tied in with that Two of Wands, Five of Swords. Where are your thoughts? Are you consistently fighting against yourself or thinking about the worst case scenario that's going to keep happening again and again and again? Balancing all of these energies is going to be to your benefit, okay, Aries? And the next two cards are a vibe. We have the Queen of Wands with the King of Cups. So this is a nice balance between that masculine and the feminine. Fire energy being more masculine, astrologically speaking, water being feminine. And we just had that Justice card, remember? So when we're speaking of the Queen of Wands, and you can even see here with the sunflowers, the black cat, We can't make this up. So kitties, cats are good energy, Aries, but Leo season is going to allow you to step back into what you're passionate about. With the Queen of Wands, if she's not feeling fulfilled and excited, she's not going to stay. She's like, I am a queen. I'm surrounded by beauty and people that are inspired, especially if the king is not doing his job in more ways than one, she's not going to stay. And I think with the King of Cups, Aries, some of you are looking for that emotional fulfillment as well in all areas of your life. So you can have it all and you should. For me, you're not supposed to be settling for relationships or opportunities that are not emotionally and physically fulfilling. There also has to be that balance. I know that, of course, that there's compromise in all relationships, in work, in love, in family, etc. But this really isn't the time for you to consistently be giving away your power, not using and standing in your voice, just going and going and going until you're burnt out and broken. It's not the vibe we're here for. And you even have the Hangman. So this introspective stillness is actually going to serve you well. I don't think you're meant to do a lot of moving immediately until we check in with ourselves and see what we're needing to be fulfilled. And I think that Hangman is a beautiful energy with that downloaded message I saw of the paddleboarder at sunset. I think you're closing out a chapter right now, but if you just keep going and going and going and going and trying to bypass everything, it's not going to work. Okay? So let's see what else is coming through for Aries. What else do Aries need to know? Yeah, I just see this figure pouring a bowl of Fruit Loops. And so if some of you liked Fruit Loops when you were younger, or just this energy of taking care of yourself as if you're literally parenting you and giving whatever you need, not placing any judgment. This figure is just like pouring the Fruit Loops, pouring the milk, and was just sitting happy, like just so content and calm. So, or even just cereal in general. It doesn't have to be Fruit Loops, but that was coming through as well. Just attending to your own needs first and being fulfilled with the simple pleasures, quote unquote. And I think for a lot of you, there is a lot of deep, deep healing. I saw this whale, but it was like going and going and going lower and lower and lower into the waters and the depths. And so really addressing if there is some healing that needs to take place, or with that Two of Wands, Five of Swords energy, things continually being unbalanced and turbulent and frustrating and not balanced at all, that may be affecting certain opportunities and love that is coming in. So you're meant to pause right now, Aries. If there's certain parts of your life that you feel repetitively keep cycling through, maybe not always in the same way, but in the same frequency of like, I keep hitting jobs that I'm not fulfilled with. I keep having lovers that are not passionate or really wanting to do the work. Addressing where those subliminal programming or that conditioning is coming from. And of course, we need to often seek help from professionals. That Queen of Wands, King of Cups, making sure that you're around inspired energies that can hold space for you, especially with that King of Cups. It could also just be an energy of a water sign. I think water signs are really meant to help the fire signs this season, if I'm being honest. So take that, if you will. But I think that will definitely help, okay? And even if you feel like you're doing really great and you're like, no, I'm fine. First of all, check that ego. Two of Wands with the Five of Swords. We're always growing. We're all kind of these students of life, expanding. And there may be just one area that's not feeling as aligned or as seamless as it could be. And that being around these beautiful, benevolent energies will help. So just taking a moment, even just in your own daily practice, to pause and to reflect, using that water energy, whether you're by an ocean, a river, a stream, your bathtub, your shower, and just allowing that healing, that regenerative process come through. Okay, I feel like a lot of people are just Leo season thinking everyone either frisky or thinking about relationships. But a lot of you, it's like this energy too, with the Two of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles, it's putting in the time and the work into the relationships that are serving you. But when we had the Two of Wands and the Five of Swords, it's deciding mentally, especially in your beliefs, I feel, as you're leveling up, Aries, if the people around you are not on your same level mentally, whether that's intellectually, spiritually, or just your same core ethics and beliefs. That's where we have to check that. And the people that are really showing up for you, that's who we want to continually invest more into. So if you know that some people are just like in and out, or they say one thing and then take forever to get back to you, not Aries. It's like, if you want to be here, be here. If you don't, get lost. Like, I'm not dealing with this back and forth. And I think this is the perfect ending right now with that Queen of Swords, Aries. Be true to your word. Also watch your tongue and how you speak of yourself and others, especially how we speak about ourselves, because that is very key. The Queen of Swords, so you want to draw that line in the sand. So it doesn't mean that we're just cutting off the heads of everyone. It's meaning that we're being very fair and diligent to our own boundaries that we respect, so we can welcome in the energy that matches it. But I think it's very clear that if the relationships in any form are not putting in the work or the energy, that's a sign. This can also be reflected back to you, Aries. If people are showing up in your life, but you keep dropping the ball, this is a time to be still and reflect upon that as well, and how you can show up and be more confident in your words, your voice. That's a big thing, Aries. So you have throat chakra, especially now with the Queen of Swords coming through again. Be very mindful how you're speaking, how you're talking, communicating. And if you need to take some time to just give your voice a break, get realigned, or even just new ways of speaking about yourself and others, this is a good vibe as well. Don't be shady, throw in gossip. There might be other people that are hearing or take that to the wrong person. So mindful of how we speak, okay? The bottom card, Aries, is very telling. The Fool, a new chapter beginning. That's what I think. I honestly feel like a lot of you are doing so much work this season. It's not saying it's going to be all work, no play. It's Leo season. It's a fire sign. It's going to be very nice for all fellow fire signs. But I think a lot of this, if you can do the work while having fun and not forgoing all of that, it's going to open up new chapters, new beginnings for you that are going to be very benevolent. I think a lot of this is like relationship and emotional work, Aries. So pay attention to that part of your life to welcome in more. So that is the general reading for Leo season. If this resonated, please tag a fellow Aries that can listen to this and benefit. If you want to say thank you for this reading, for any of our content, the link to our PayPal to send over a tip or donation is in our bio. We're now opening up availability for August for one-on-one readings. So if you want to dive into this further, of course, do so. And if you want to look at your rising sign and your moon sign for even a greater clarity or a greater scope, of course, feel free to do that as well. Thank you, Aries, so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.